Here are 101 facts about V-twin engines that basically prove this things are mechanical wizardry disguised as transportation. Welcome to reality. Number 1. Let's start by completely destroying your sense of automotive superiority. The Ducati Panigale V2 produces 155 horsepower from its 955 Spy twin. That's 22 times more powerful than Harley Davidson's original 1909 V-twin. 22 times! In just over a century, motorcycles went from barely keeping up with horses to absolutely embarrassing most sports cars off the line. Number 2. But here's what really separates motorcycle people from car people. We actually understand why our engines sound the way they do. That famous Harley potato potato sound isn't just character, it's patented engineering. The uneven firing intervals from their 45-degree V angle and single pin crankshaft create that distinctive rhythm. Harley literally owns the patent on sounding awesome, filed in 1915 and still making car guys jealous today. Number 3, and if you think that's impressive, here's some engineering genius that'll change how you look at cruiser design forever. Honda's VTX 1800 uses a very specific 52-degree V angle. Not 45 like Harley, not 60 like most sport bikes, but exactly 52 degrees. Why? Because Honda's engineers calculated that this precise angle would lower the engine height just enough to achieve a 27.3-inch seat height. If you're 5'6", you can flat-foot this massive 1795cc beast. They literally redesigned the entire engine architecture so shorter riders could reach the ground. Number 4. Speaking of obsessive engineering, Honda borrowed iridium-tipped spark plugs from Formula 1 racing for the VTX's massive combustion chambers. So every time you thumb the starter on your cruiser, you're literally firing up racing technology that costs more per spark plug than most people spend on an oil change. Number 5. But even the most legendary manufacturers screw up spectacularly. Harley's 1914 5D V-twin mounted the magneto in front of the engine, a design so catastrophically bad for maintenance that accessing it required removing half the motorcycle. They tried it for exactly one model year and never repeated that mistake in over 100 years of production. Number 6. Here's something that'll make every car guy in earshot jealous. Motorcycles had electric starters before cars did. The 1915 Indian Model C featured the world's first electric starter on a V-twin, predating automotive electric starters by several years. Sure, early electrical systems were so unreliable that smart riders learned to kickstart their bikes anyway, but we got there first, and that's what matters. Number 7. The 2001 Honda VTX 1800 was the first production V-twin to use 12 orifice fuel injectors, 12 separate fuel streams per cylinder, ensuring perfect atomization in those massive combustion chambers. That's precision engineering that would make a Swiss watchmaker weep with envy. Number 8. In 1970, the Los Angeles Police Department chose Moto Guzzi's V7 Ambassador specifically for its reliability and easy maintenance. When cops trust your engine to chase bad guys through LA traffic at 120 degrees in the shade, you know you've built something absolutely bulletproof. Number 9. Honda's VTX 1800 achieved California's brutal CARB Tier 1 emissions compliance by reducing hydrocarbon emissions 30% through independently mapped fuel injection for each cylinder. Clean power without sacrificing that distinctive V-twin character, that's having your cake and eating it too, while also saving the planet. Number 10. The 2014 Indian Chief Classic was the first heavyweight cruiser to feature keyless ignition as standard equipment. Walk up to your bike with the fob in your pocket, thumb the starter, and ride away into the sunset. Welcome to the future of motorcycling, where your bike recognizes you before you even touch it. Birth of the Beast. Number 11. Let's go back to where this whole beautiful obsession started. In 1903, Harley Davidson's first prototype used a single-cylinder engine that produced roughly 3 horsepower, barely enough to outrun a determined jogger on a good day. But sometimes the best ideas come from admitting your first attempt wasn't quite enough power to satisfy anyone. Number 12. By 1909, Harley had figured out that 2 cylinders might be better than 1. Their first V-twin cranked out 7 horsepower, more than double their single-cylinder output, and suddenly American motorcycles had some actual muscle behind all that noise. This was the moment V-twins announced they were here to stay. Number 13. That 7 horsepower V-twin set a completely new standard for American motorcycles, proving that if you want to make more power without making your engine the size of a refrigerator, sometimes you just just need to add another cylinder at a funky angle and see what happens. Number 14. Fast forward to 1936 and Harley dropped the legendary Knucklehead V-Twin, the first production motorcycle engine to use overhead valves. While everyone else was still playing with side valve designs that belonged in lawnmowers, Harley was already thinking like serious performance engine builders. Number 15. Meanwhile in Italy, Moto Guzzi was doing something completely revolutionary. Their 1967 Transverse V-Twin mounted the engine with the crankshaft running front to back instead of side to side, allowing for shaft drive and maintenance that didn't require an engineering degree. This brilliant thinking is still used today, proving that sometimes the best innovations come from turning everything sideways. Number 16. Let's dive deeper into that distinctive Harley sound because the engineering behind it is pure mathematical genius. That 45-degree V-angle combined with a single-pin crankshaft creates uneven firing intervals, 720 degrees between the first cylinder firing and 315 degrees between the second. It's not just sound, it's mechanical music with a patent number. Number 17. Here's some early motorcycle reality that'll humble any vintage bike romantic. The 1920 Harley Model J used a total loss oiling system, which means riders had to manually pump oil during long rides. Imagine explaining that maintenance schedule to a modern Harley owner who thinks checking tire pressure is too much work. Number 18. The 1948 Harley Panhead introduced aluminum cylinder heads, immediately dropping 15 pounds from the engine weight. Sometimes the best innovations aren't about making more power, they're about making the same power with less weight hanging off your motorcycle frame. Number 19. In 1953, Indian produced their last Chief V-Twin before bankruptcy ended decades of legendary rivalry with Harley Davidson. Sometimes even companies with brilliant engineers and iconic motorcycles can't survive bad business decisions, no matter how perfect their engines sound. Number 20. Ducati's 1977 860 GT featured desmodromic valve actuation, a system that eliminates valve springs entirely for precise high RPM control. While everyone else was dealing with valve float at high revs, Ducati was mechanically forcing valves to open and close exactly when they wanted them to, like a Swiss watch made of motorcycle parts. Number 21. The 1984 Harley Evolution engine literally saved the company from bankruptcy. When your improved reliability and performance can bring a legendary motorcycle company back from the dead, that's not just good engineering, that's a resurrection machine with two wheels and an attitude. Number 22. In 1986, Yamaha's Virago 1100 became the first Japanese cruiser with shaft drive, proving that low-maintenance reliability wasn't just a European luxury feature. The Japanese were paying serious attention to what riders actually wanted in the real world, instead of just building what looked cool in the showroom. Number 23. Even European manufacturers were learning from each other's successes. The 1970 Moto Guzzi V7 Ambassador that LA cops loved was actually based on Italian military motorcycle technology. Sometimes the best civilian engines start their lives chasing bad guys or dodging bullets in military service. Number 24. By the 1980s, V-Twin technology had established the foundation for everything we ride today. But those early innovations were just the warm-up act. Modern V-Twins were about to get seriously powerful and completely redefine what motorcycles could do. Sound, fury, and speed. Now, let's talk about what really gets motorcycle enthusiasts fired up. Raw, earth-shaking performance that makes car guys question their life choices. Because modern V-Twins don't just make power, they make statements that can be heard from 3 blocks away. Number 25. Remember that 7 horsepower 1909 Harley we started with? Let's put that in proper perspective. Your modern hairdryer probably draws more electrical power than that entire motorcycle engine produced in mechanical power. We've come a ridiculously long way in just over a century. Number 26. Fast forward to the muscle bike era of the 1970s, and American V-Twins were cranking out 60 to 80 horsepower from their big displacement engines. Riders thought they were flying through space, and compared to that original 7-horse Harley, they basically were achieving warp speed. Number 27. Today's Indian Challenger Power Plus V-Twin pumps out 122 horsepower and 128 pound-feet of torque from its liquid-cooled power plant. That's more power than most cars from the 1980s, wrapped in classic American cruiser styling that still looks like it belongs in a cowboy movie. Number 28, but if you really want your brain to completely melt, remember that Ducati Panigale V2's 955cc Super Quattro V-twin producing 155 horsepower. That's a 22-fold increase in power in just over a century. We went from barely keeping up with a galloping horse to absolutely destroying Ferrari acceleration runs off the line. We traced over a century of V-twin development through manufacturer archives and racing records to show you that 22-fold power increase. You just got a complete timeline that took us months to piece together. If you want more of this, subscribe now. Number 29. Speaking of Ducati performance proving itself on the world stage, their 1199 Panigale V-twin set a world superbike lap record at Laguna Seca with a blistering 1 minute 23.155 lap time. That's V-twin power proving itself on one of America's most challenging and technical racetracks. Number 30. The 2019 Indian FTR 1200's V-twin engine draws directly from the company's flat track racing heritage, producing 120 horsepower and 85 pound-feet of torque. This is what happens when decades of racing technology gets dressed up in street-legal clothes and unleashed on public roads. Number 31. The 1999 Suzuki SV650 became the absolute darling of beginner racers everywhere thanks to its forgiving 645cc V-twin that delivered 71 horsepower with incredible fuel economy. Sometimes the best performance engine is the one that doesn't actively try to kill you while you're learning to go fast. Number 32. Modern V-twins achieve incredible torque figures that would embarrass much larger engines from other manufacturers. The 2021 Indian Chief's Thunderstroke 116 V-twin produces 120 pound-feet of torque at just 2,900 RPM. That's earth-moving grunt available almost immediately off idle, making traffic light launches feel like rocket ship departures. Number 33. The 2016 Ducati X Diavel proved that cruiser ergonomics didn't mean you had to compromise serious performance. Its 1262cc Testastretta V-twin cranked out 156 horsepower, making it the most powerful cruiser V-twin of its entire generation. Finally, a cruiser that could back up its aggressive attitude with actual tire shredding performance. Number 34. But raw peak power numbers don't tell the whole story. It's about how that power gets delivered to the rear wheel. V-twins excel at producing massive torque at low RPMs, which means real-world usability that high-revving inline-4 sport bikes can only dream about achieving. Number 35. The distinctive character of V-twin power delivery is what creates the motorcycle addiction that ruins people's bank accounts. That immediate hit of torque right off idle, the way the engine pulls hard through the mid-range, and that distinctive exhaust note that announces your arrival 3 blocks before you actually get there. Number 36. Racing has always driven V-twin innovation forward at light speed, from Ducati's total dominance in World Superbike to Indian's flat track racing heritage to Harley's ambitious attempts at MotoGP competition. Racing keeps pushing these engines to discover new limits nobody knew existed. Number 37. Modern V-twins prove that you can have absolutely massive performance while maintaining that distinctive character that makes people fall in love with motorcycles in the first place. That's a magical combination no other engine configuration has managed to master, no matter how hard they try. The science of thunder. Of course, those ridiculous power numbers don't just happen by accident or wishful thinking. The engineering wizardry behind V-twin performance is where things get seriously fascinating, and where you'll discover exactly why your favorite bike feels completely different from everything else on the road. Number 38. Let's dive deep into Honda's VTX engineering obsession. That 52-degree V-angle isn't random. It was precisely calculated to minimize engine height while maintaining optimal airflow characteristics. The result? A massive 1795cc engine that doesn't tower over the rider like an industrial refrigerator. Number 39. Honda's engineers went even further with the VTX's dry sump lubrication system, hiding it entirely within the engine cases. This design, borrowed from off-road racing technology, lowers the center of gravity and eliminates the external oil tank that would ruin those clean cruiser lines. Number 40. The VTX's 3-valve cylinder heads, 2 intake, 1 exhaust, were an absolute rarity among V-twins. Most manufacturers stick with 2 valves per cylinder for simplicity, but Honda wanted every bit of airflow optimization they could engineer into those massive combustion chambers. Number 41. Modern fuel injection has completely revolutionized V-twin performance in ways most riders never realize. The 2001 VTX 1800 maps each cylinder independently, optimizing fuel delivery for each combustion chamber. That's computer-controlled precision that makes carburetors look like stone tools. Number 42. Harley's 2019 Milwaukee 8 engine introduced dual spark plugs per cylinder, improving combustion efficiency and reducing emissions by 5%. 2 separate ignition sources ensure complete fuel burn even in those massive Harley combustion chambers that could swallow most sport bike pistons. Number 43. The 1983 Honda VT 750C Shadow pioneered dual offset crankpin design in V-twins, dramatically reducing vibration compared to traditional single-pin cranks. Sometimes smooth power delivery matters more to riders than maintaining traditional V-twin character that rattles your dental work. Number 44. Ducati's 2015 Multistrada 1200 DVT became the first motorcycle engine with variable valve timing, optimizing both low-end torque and high RPM power delivery. This is technology that luxury cars bragged about, now standard equipment on adventure motorcycles. Number 45. Moto Guzzi's transverse V-twin design, first introduced in 1967, allows for shaft drive that's nearly maintenance-free compared to chain-driven competitors. The engine's orientation makes power delivery incredibly efficient while eliminating constant chain maintenance that drives riders crazy. Number 46. The 2008 Moto Guzzi Grezzo featured their unique CART, compact reactive shaft drive system, which reduces driveline lash and improves rear suspension performance. Sometimes the best engineering improvements are the ones riders never notice but always benefit from. Number 47. Harley's 2016 Milwaukee 8 was their first production V-twin to use 4 valves per cylinder, dramatically increasing airflow and power output. After decades of 2-valve tradition, even Harley finally admitted that more valves mean more power and better breathing. Number 48. Cooling system design completely separates modern V-twins from vintage air-cooled engines that turn into space heaters in traffic. The 2020 Indian Challenger's Power Plus V-twin uses liquid cooling to maintain consistent performance even in stop-and-go traffic that would overheat older engines. Number 49. The 2017 Indian Scout Bobber became the first factory bobber to use liquid cooling, proving that serious performance and hot climate reliability don't have to be sacrificed for vintage styling. Number 50. Valve actuation technology varies wildly among V-twin manufacturers, creating completely different engine personalities. While Harley sticks with traditional pushrods, Ducati uses desmodromic systems, and modern sport V-twins employ dual overhead cams for maximum RPM capability. Number 51. The 2022 Harley Sportster S features a 60-degree V angle with dual overhead cams, a complete departure from traditional 45-degree pushrod architecture that defined the company for over a century. Sometimes evolution means abandoning everything that made you famous. Number 52. Modern emissions control systems don't just reduce pollution, they actually improve performance in ways that would surprise vintage bike purists. Advanced fuel injection and exhaust systems extract more power from every drop of gasoline while meeting strict environmental standards. Number 53. The precision required in modern V-twin manufacturing would absolutely astound early motorcycle engineers. Tolerances measured in thousandths of an inch, computer-controlled machining, and metallurgy that creates engine parts stronger than anything available decades ago. Number 54. Electronic engine management systems now control everything from fuel delivery to ignition timing to exhaust valve operation. Modern V-twins are essentially sophisticated computers that happen to burn gasoline and make beautiful exhaust notes while calculating optimal performance thousands of times per second. Number 55. But sometimes even the most advanced engineering creates spectacular and expensive failures. The 1997 Suzuki TL1000S V-twin sport bike was recalled due to a rear shock damper design flaw that caused high-speed instability. Sometimes pushing engineering boundaries means finding them the expensive way. Number 56. Even with all this brilliant modern engineering, not every innovative idea worked out as planned. Innovation always involves serious risk, and motorcycle history is littered with brilliant concepts that failed spectacularly in actual riding conditions. The misfits and oddities. But here's the thing about brilliant engineering. Sometimes even the smartest people in the room create absolute disasters that become legendary for all the wrong reasons. And V-twin history is packed with innovations that seem genius on paper but turned into expensive lessons in real-world humility. Number 57. That Harley Magneto disaster we mentioned earlier deserves a much deeper explanation of its spectacular failure. Mounting the Magneto in front of the 1914 5D engine seemed logical for weather protection, but accessing it for routine maintenance required removing half the motorcycle. One seemingly smart design decision created a maintenance nightmare that lasted exactly one model year. Number 58. The 1915 Indian electric starter was actually revolutionary technology that put motorcycles ahead of the automotive industry by several years. But early electrical systems were so hopelessly unreliable that smart riders learned to kickstart their bikes anyway, making the expensive electric system essentially a very costly paperweight. Number 59. Suzuki's TL1000S recall wasn't just embarrassing, it fundamentally changed how manufacturers test suspension systems before releasing motorcycles to the public. The rear shock damper's resonance frequency perfectly matched the bike's wheelbase, creating a dangerous oscillation that could literally throw riders off at highway speeds. Number 60. Sometimes manufacturers get way too clever for their own good, creating solutions to problems nobody actually had. Victory's unique Freedom Frame used the engine as a stressed structural member, reducing overall weight by 15%. But when the engine became part of the frame, every single engine vibration was transmitted directly to the rider's body. Number 61. The 2008 Harley Rocker C featured a convertible seat that could change from solo to 2-up configuration without tools in just seconds. Brilliant idea in theory, except the conversion mechanism was so mechanically complex that most owners never figured out how to actually use it properly. Number 62. Early electric motorcycle experiments produced some absolutely hilarious disasters that make great stories today. Harley's 2020 Livewire actually had to use software-controlled motor pulses to artificially mimic V-twin vibration and torque delivery, because test riders complained it felt too smooth to be a real motorcycle. Number 63. The 1930 Moto Guzzi V-twin featured horizontally opposed cylinders that inspired their later transverse design success. But those horizontal cylinders meant one cylinder pointed directly at the rider's leg, creating a mobile barbecue grill that made summer riding an exercise in heat endurance. Number 64. Some luxury features seemed absolutely brilliant until owners actually tried using them in real-world conditions. The 2008 Victory Vision's electrically adjustable windshield was impressive technology right up until the motor inevitably burned out, leaving riders permanently stuck with whatever height they were at when it failed. Number 65. Yamaha's 2002 Roadstar Warrior used a unique EXUP exhaust valve system that was supposed to optimize power delivery across the RPM range. In reality, it added mechanical complexity that most riders never understood and motorcycle mechanics absolutely hated servicing. Number 66. Early fuel injection systems were often significantly worse than the carburetors they were designed to replace. Computer-controlled fuel delivery sounded impressively futuristic, but early systems were plagued by sensor failures that left riders stranded with problems they couldn't fix using a screwdriver and determination. Number 67. But here's the important thing about spectacular engineering failures. They teach manufacturers exactly what not to do next time. Every recall, every design disaster, every overly complex feature that nobody wanted or understood contributed valuable lessons that made modern V-twins incredibly reliable and user-friendly. Luxury and innovation arms race. Fortunately, learning from those spectacular failures led manufacturers to create genuinely mind-blowing luxury features. We're talking about V-twins that transformed from basic transportation into rolling technology showcases costing more than most people's cars. Number 68. The 2019 Indian Roadmaster Elite features a 600-watt audio system that redefines mobile entertainment. 600 watts of pure audio power. That's more power than most home stereo systems. Mounted on a motorcycle, we're talking concert-level volume that can literally be heard from half a mile away. Number 69. The 2012 Victory Cross Country was the first American touring bike to offer factory Bluetooth connectivity, heated seats, and heated grips as standard equipment. Suddenly, long-distance touring became as comfortable as sitting in your climate-controlled living room. Number 70. Ducati's 2015 Scrambler was the first motorcycle to offer an integrated USB charging port as standard equipment. Finally, riders could keep their smartphones charged without adding aftermarket electrical systems that look like NASA spacecraft. Number 71. The 2016 Harley Road Glide Ultra introduced a factory-installed GPS navigation system with voice commands delivered through helmet speakers. No more stopping every 20 miles to check paper maps or following GPS directions shouted through inadequate helmet communication systems. Number 72. Modern V-twins offer suspension technology that was completely unthinkable just 20 years ago. The 2021 Harley Pan America features adaptive ride height suspension that automatically lowers the bike when you stop, then raises it back up when you start moving. Number 73. The 2017 Indian Chieftain Elite was the first motorcycle to offer completely custom paint jobs applied by hand at the factory. Each bike became a rolling piece of functional art that cost more than most people's annual salary. Number 74. Electronic rider aids have completely transformed V-twin safety in ways that save lives every day. The 2018 Ducati Scrambler 1100 introduced cornering ABS, a sophisticated system that adjusts braking force based on lean angle, preventing crashes that would have been inevitable just years earlier. Number 75. The 2014 Indian Chieftain was the first American cruiser to offer a power-adjustable windshield that riders could modify on the fly. Perfect wind protection could be adjusted while riding without stopping or using tools. Number 76. Audio system evolution in touring V-twins has been absolutely insane over the past 2 decades. From basic AM radios to full infotainment systems with satellite radio, Bluetooth connectivity, and smartphone integration that makes luxury car audio systems look primitive. Number 77. The 2015 Moto Guzzi California 1400 became the first cruiser to offer cruise control and ride-by-wire throttle as standard features. Electronic throttle control allows for multiple riding modes and sophisticated traction control systems. Number 78. Modern touring V-twins offer storage solutions that put most cars to shame in terms of capacity and accessibility. The 2012 Victory Cross Country Tour featured the largest saddlebags in its class with 41 liters of storage per side, enough space for week-long cross-country trips. Modern muscle. And all that cutting-edge technology opened doors that nobody saw coming. Today's V-twins are doing things that would have been pure science fiction just 20 years ago, including moves that shocked even the most traditional manufacturers. Number 79. Here's where things get really wild and completely redefine what V-twins can do. Harley-Davidson's Pan America adventure bike uses their first ever liquid-cooled dual overhead cam V-twin, producing 150 horsepower. The company that defined traditional American motorcycling just threw tradition out the window to chase KTM and BMW up mountains. Number 80. The 2022 Harley Sportster S Revolution Max engine completely abandons traditional Harley architecture with its 60-degree dual overhead cam design. After 119 years of 45-degree pushrod tradition, even Harley admits that sometimes you need to completely reinvent yourself. Number 81. Indian motorcycle's incredible renaissance has been powered by modern V-twin technology that honors heritage while embracing innovation. The Thunderstroke 111 engine uses forged single-piece crankshafts that dramatically increase durability under heavy loads and aggressive riding conditions. Number 82. The 2014 Harley Street 750 introduced liquid cooling to Harley's entry-level lineup, proving that even budget-conscious V-twins could benefit from advanced cooling technology that prevents overheating in real-world riding conditions. Number 83. Modern V-twins integrate electronics that make smartphones look primitive by comparison. The 2019 Indian FTR 1200S features a full-color TFT touchscreen display that controls everything from riding modes to suspension settings. Number 84. Ducati's Monster 1200 DVT features variable valve timing that continuously optimizes performance across the entire RPM range. This is sophisticated technology that changes valve timing thousands of times per minute, something that would have required complete engine rebuilds in the past. Number 85. The 2016 Ducati X Diavel proved conclusively that cruiser styling doesn't mean sacrificing serious performance capabilities. With 156 horsepower from its 1262cc Testastretta V-twin, it became the most powerful cruiser of its generation. Number 86. Modern emission standards have actually improved V-twin performance rather than limiting it like many people feared. standard. Advanced fuel injection and exhaust systems extract significantly more power while producing cleaner emissions than engines from just 10 years ago. Number 87. The 2017 Yamaha 950 series became the first Japanese cruiser to offer ABS as standard equipment across the entire lineup. Safety technology that was once exclusive to expensive sport bikes became standard on affordable cruisers. Number 88. Traction control systems have completely revolutionized V-twin safety for riders of all skill levels. The 2015 Ducati Multistrada 1200S features lean-sensitive traction control that prevents rear wheel slip even when leaned over in corners. Number 89. The 2020 Ducati Multistrada 950S introduced semi-active electronic suspension in the middleweight adventure class. Suspension that continuously adjusts itself based on road conditions and riding style was once exclusive to exotic superbikes. Number 90. Modern V-twin manufacturing uses metallurgy and precision that early motorcycle engineers couldn't have imagined. Computer-controlled machining creates engine parts with tolerances measured in thousandths of an inch using materials stronger than anything available decades ago. Number 91. The 2018 Indian Springfield Dark Horse introduced factory matte black finishes that require special paint technology to achieve deep, consistent color that won't fade or scratch easily under normal riding conditions. Number 92. Electronic throttle control allows for riding modes that completely change a V-twin's personality at the touch of a button. Sport mode for aggressive riding, touring mode for comfort, rain mode for slippery conditions, all from the same engine. Number 93. The 2019 Ducati Diavel 1260 features a quick shifter as standard equipment, allowing clutchless up and down shifts that were once exclusive to MotoGP racing bikes, costing hundreds of thousands of dollars. Number 94. Modern V-twins offer customization options that make every single bike unique to its owner. From factory custom paint to bolt-on accessory systems that install without tools, personalization has never been easier. Number 95. The integration of smartphone technology has completely transformed the riding experience in ways that seemed impossible just a decade ago. Navigation, music, phone calls, and comprehensive bike diagnostics all controlled through handlebar switches and helmet communication systems. Number 96. Advanced rider aids like cornering ABS, lean-sensitive traction control, and wheelie control have made modern V-twins safer than ever while actually improving performance capability rather than limiting it. Number 97. The 2021 Moto Guzzi V85 TT proved that adventure bikes could successfully use transverse V-twin engines, combining classic engine architecture with modern electronics and sophisticated suspension technology. Number 98. Environmental regulations continue to push V-twin innovation in unexpected directions. Meeting increasingly strict emission standards while maintaining or improving performance has led to breakthrough technologies in fuel injection, combustion chamber design, and exhaust system engineering. Number 99. The future of V-twin technology includes hybrid systems, advanced lightweight materials, and electronic systems that learn individual riding patterns to automatically optimize performance for each rider's style and preferences. Number 100. Electric motorcycle technology is even influencing traditional V-twin development in surprising ways. Advanced battery systems, regenerative braking technology, and electric motor assistance are being integrated into conventional gasoline engines. Number 101, and that's just the beginning of what's possible. V-twin innovation shows absolutely no signs of slowing down, proving that sometimes the best way to honor tradition is to completely reimagine it. From 7 horsepower to 155, from manual oil pumps to variable valve timing, from rigid frames to adaptive suspension, V-twins keep evolving because riders keep demanding more performance, comfort, and technology. So next time someone says motorcycles are simple, remind them your V-twin has more tech than their car and infinitely more personality. Thanks for watching and comment your favorite fact.